A brand new stimulus bill aimed to help you, the American people. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. There's a brand new bill, a brand new proposal that we may have an agreement on very soon. President Biden is vying to get this done and get this through before the midterm elections. And it will ultimately help the American people with the insane inflation going on in other areas. So I want to discuss what this bill is about, what it entails, and everything you need to know. Let's get started and dive right into today's video. But before we do, as always, make sure you guys do a couple things for me. Number one, give this video a tremendous thumbs up, smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. If this video gets to 500 likes, we'll do a cash giveaway where we give away $100 to a few of you lucky subscribers. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on. That will notify you every time we do post a brand new video, and we'll be doing another cash giveaway once we hit 20,000 subscribers. That might be right around the corner, and you'll have to be subscribed to be entered in that giveaway. With that being said, let's get started and get right down to it. First of all, the president is in a tough spot. He's taken a lot of L's, not many W's, and he just got a rebound case of COVID, so he's dealing with that. And on top of that, yet another new poll just came out showing his approval rating has hit yet another all-time low. It seems like on the daily now, on the weekly, there's another new poll showing how bad it's getting for the president. And you think, how low can it go, right? It's like a game of limbo. It just keeps getting lower and lower. Eventually, it's going to hit in the single digits. But at any rate, a small victory could be right around the corner for the president and the Democrats right before the midterm elections. And this is amid months of negotiation between Senate Democrats. Finally, an agreement could be reached here, and we could have everyone on board, yes, including the infamous moderates, Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. They may even be on board as well. Of course, we don't know anything until it's actually voted on, but this bill is aimed at reducing inflation and will also help with climate change. Two mega big issues. The president announced this week that an agreement has been reached with Senator Joe Manchin, and he's a key centrist to get on board in order to pass the president's expansive domestic agenda. This bill is called the Inflation Reduction Act, and it will hopefully do a few things. Obviously, taming inflation has been a key priority for the Democrats and the president as Americans face higher prices on everything from goods to groceries to gas to living expenses. The American people are feeling the pain everywhere you go. Now, the president has tried a few measures and strategies to help bring down prices, but truly nothing has worked. And inflation is only getting worse and worse. We're seeing the data every month come out that inflation keeps on hitting new record highs. The most recent data shows that inflation is at a 40-year high, the highest since December of 1981. So Biden is portraying this new package as the savior, the end-all be-all to help put more money in Americans' pocketbooks. But politicians and experts, economists are already bashing and scrutinizing this bill, saying that if there are any effects, that they'll be modest, and that if it does relieve any pressure, it may not be felt for months and years to come. So whether or not this bill will truly help, or whether it's more of just a token effect, a token effort, we'll have to see, but this bill includes a few measures. The fact is the country needs relief right here and right now, so let's take a look at what this bill will aim to do. The act will, first of all, make a down payment on deficit reduction to fight inflation. It will invest in domestic energy production and manufacturing. It will reduce carbon emissions by around 40% by the year 2030, allow Medicare to negotiate for lower prices for prescription drugs, and expand the Affordable Care Act program through 2025. When it comes to healthcare, the act will allow Medicare to negotiate some prescription drug prices. It will also hope to implement a spending cap of $2,000 annually. The bill will also lower the healthcare premiums of 13 million Americans insured by the Affordable Care Act over the next 3 years. Lawmakers claim that Americans will save an average about $800 annually. When it comes to tackling climate change, the bill will offer American families tax rebates to buy energy-efficient appliances. Will also offer tax credits for electric or fuel cell vehicles of up to $7,500 if the vehicle was made in the USA. According to the White House, they say that tax credits will also be available to people who work in clean energy projects, which will, quote, create thousands of good-paying jobs, manufacturing jobs on clean energy construction projects, carbon capture projects, and more. So this all sounds great and may help a little bit, but obviously the big question is, who on earth is paying for all this and where is the money coming from? Well, good old Democrats, they have an answer, and that is more spending. The bill proposes a whopping grand total of $739 billion in new spending over the next 10 years. Around $300 billion would go to government spending deficit reduction, $369 billion for clean energy and climate change programs, and $69 billion for the Affordable Care Act extension. Funds for the bill would come from a 15% minimum corporate tax, which a committee on taxation estimates will contribute about $313 billion of the dollars. The president added that families and individuals making under $400,000 annually will not see an increase in taxes. The rest of the funds will include $288 billion from prescription drug pricing reform and $124 billion from IRS tax enforcement, and $14 billion from a carried interest loophole. So yes, the president is making good on his campaign promise, where he vociferously said that Americans making under $400,000 will not see a penny increase in their taxes. And so far, the president has made good on that promise. He has not raised taxes for individuals making under that amount. So will the bill become law? Will it head to the president's desk for his signature? Well, the Democrats and the president needed Joe Manchin on board, and so far they do have him, although he could be a bit shaky. Sometimes he has agreed in the past and then has hopped off board in the past, and so there's no guarantee, but so far so good. It looks like we have Joe Manchin. But the Democrats still need the support of Senator Kyrsten Sinema. She previously rejected an earlier version of the bill because she did not support closing the carried interest tax loophole. Closing this loophole would ultimately require money managers to pay the same tax rate as other professions. Another blockade, another obstacle lies with the moderate House members. They may not support some of the provisions in this bill. And on top of that, another obstacle for Congress is Congress's summer recess, which begins on August 5th. And then just to add fuel to the fire, some members of Congress have now tested positive for COVID, and so they will not be able to vote in person. But the 725-page bill is currently under review by parliamentarian, and they're not expected to finish up until next week. Not one Republican supports this. They don't want to hand the Democrats a victory. That's totally understandable. So without the Republican support, Democrats need all 50 Democrats in the Senate on board, along with Vice President Kamala Harris, to break the tie. And then they also have to get the House of Representatives on board as well. There are a lot more progressive Democrats in the House, so I think the bill wouldn't have such a tough time in the House as it would the Senate. And so if we can get the Senate on board and that's a done deal, I think this bill does have a high chance of passing. It's not as polarizing as other bills in the past, and it's not trillions of dollars like other Democrats have proposed. But these provisions in this bill are mostly indirect. They're not direct payments, direct funding to the American people. It's not like we're going to see prices slash in half. It's not like we're going to see a 30% drop in gas prices in just with a matter of a few weeks of the bill passing. It's just not going to happen. And so the American people are not going to feel any relief, any reprieve from this bill for a long time. And that will still hurt the Democrats and hurt the president. So I think this bill, again, is more of a token effort. They're hoping that they just want to make it look like they did something, that they actually did pass something while the Republicans just sat around and did nothing. What are your thoughts on this bill? Do you support it? Do you think it's too expensive? Do you think we should be spending this money right now in this inflationary economy? Do you believe that there are measures in it that should have been added or even taken away? What are your thoughts and opinions? Let us know down below in the comment section. I'm curious to hear. We'll be sure to update you guys and watch oh so carefully to see if this bill makes any progress or if it ultimately just stops right in its tracks and is dead. So we'll see what happens. All updates can be found right here on this channel. This is your one-stop shop. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got a value out of it. Make sure you smash the like button, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you share it with a friend, get the word out, spread it on social media. And if you want to see more content from the channel, make sure you are subscribed and have those notifications turned on. We post videos here every single solitary week with no exceptions and no excuses. And have that bell clicked. That will notify you every time we upload a brand new video. If you want to get some free stocks, all me, all free, use those links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms Robinhood and or Webull. You'll get some free stocks, some valued up to thousands of dollars. So let us know what stocks you get. And if you want to connect with me on social media, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook. Use the social links down below in the description. And I look forward to meeting you there. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care for now.